Okay guys, example number 4. So the only thing we have to notice is that this last term has a b squared. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me redo this. This last one has a b squared. So I know that I'm factoring this. I'm going to have two factors, but the last term is also going to have a b. Front term is going to have an a. We know that. Okay. Okay. Now to find out what those numbers are, what goes in front of the a's, what goes in front of the b's, we're going to use the quadratic formula. Minus b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac. Now just like I said, over 2a. You need to write it every time so that you have it memorized. Okay? Now, I'm going to write it again with parentheses that I can plug numbers into. Okay? All over 2a. There we go. Now, what is a, b, and c? Well, a is the first term, the coefficient, 5. B is the middle one, -1. And C is the last one, -22. Alright, so let's fill in what we know. We know that the B that I'm looking for is going to be -1. Okay? I'm going to plug in the two A's next, and that's going to be 5 and 5. And then I'm going to plug in the C last here, and that's going to be -22. Okay. Now I just need to simplify. So the opposite of -1 is 1, plus or minus the square root of 1, and since I've got two negatives here, plus, let's see what that is. That's 20 times 22 is going to be 440 all over 10. Now you guys have calculators, so you can check that for me, but I think that's right. So it's 1 plus or minus the square root of 441 all over 10. Now guys, if I'm not mistaken, I don't have a calculator with me, but the square root of 441 I think is 21. So it's going to be 1 plus 21 over 10 and 1 minus 21 over 10. Now I need to simplify that, so that's going to give me 22 over 10. And then this one's going to give me -20 over 10. Alright, let's keep simplifying. So this is going to give me 11 over 5 when I reduce it. And this one's going to give me -2. Okay, now remember, once I get these two answers, I need to write them separately as x equals 11 over 5 and x equals -2. Okay, now what I want to do is I want to change these two equations, this one and this one, so that I have 0 on the right. I get everything on the left side. So I'm going to start on this first one. I'm going to multiply both sides by 5 to get rid of the denominator. It just cancels and it leaves me with 5x equals 11. But remember, I want to get everything on the left side. So now I'm going to subtract 11 from both sides. And that's going to give me 5x minus 11 equals 0. And that's one of our binomials. But it's not, in this case, going to be x. It's going to be a. And this one's also going to have a b behind it, because remember we have a squared and b squared in this one. On the one on the right, all I have to do is add 2 to both sides. And I'm going to get x plus 2 equals 0. So in this case, it's not going to be x plus 2, but it's going to be a plus 2 equals 0. So now my two binomials are 5a minus 11b. Okay, I'm going to have to give myself some room here. It's 5a minus 11b, and a and plus 2b, because that's what the other binomial was. Now I don't trust myself, and you guys should know better than to trust me. Let's multiply this and see what we get. 5a times a is 5a squared. 5a times 2b is plus 10ab. -11b times a is -11ab. And -11b times positive 2b is -22b. And when I combine my like terms right here in the middle, I'm going to get 5a squared minus 1ab. They didn't put the 1 there, they just said minus ab. And then minus 22b squared. Okay? So when we multiplied it out, we did get that. What I like about the quadratic formula is even though it takes longer, it always gives me the right pair. All right, good job, guys. You ready for your